even a small, I'm talking about a vegetable vendor beside your home. Initially वो बहुत अच्छा प्रीमियम बेचता है, but आपको अगर उसको anybody understand that potential, अच्छा वहाँ पे potential बन सकता है, somebody opens a new stall, again उसका market चला जाएगा. That is similar way, and even at the corporate level, today we may be leader in the SUV. We have more than 60% market share in the SUV. But if you look at the next 2 years, not many players are coming into the market. Because I think if you see any segment, if you take a Bolero, if you see a Scorpio, if you see a SUV 5W, there are new products that are coming or doing well, but don't know after 2 years who is going to come very close. For example, just to say, Renault, Duster came in a very different way, but now they started doing well. 4,000, 5,000 volumes they are doing every month. But nobody would have thought it was such a slow network, and they are doing well. So this is a similar way, competition. But competition is, you never know when it's going to come and when it's going to impact. So you have to be ready with because your capability, you should always focus on your strength. I know you all are talented, I know, but the only thing is you have to develop this hand-holding just to stick with the company, just to change the attitude is very, very essential. And not because only people, because as if they look at myself, I feel I'm very good, my attitude is I'm very good. But thing is, attitude usually cannot be measured by ourselves. It has to be felt, it has to be perceived by somebody. That is very important. So you have to think from the other's perspective how we can improve the attitude. I think if you have a good attitude, I'll tell you one small example on this. Recently, I think you might have heard, I think even IMRT, some people from IMRT also come to the Mahindra. We have launched a new product, SUV 5W. I think if you don't mind, I'll remove it. For any help, a network issue, so any issue related to his vehicle, he can be contacted through one window, that is the IM, relationship manager. But it was this concept was thought, it was very something very different. या क्या है इससे पहले भी because already many people already aware service advisors होते हैं. आपको पता होगा सभी 2-wheeler में 3-wheeler में 4-wheeler में जाएंगे तो service advisors होता है because basically they are the face for the workshop, they for the customer. Service advisor के साथ ही interaction होती है because they are the one who interact with the people. They make a job card, they understand the customer grievances, they understand the vehicle problems and they repair it. Whether it's a 2-wheeler, 4-wheeler or car or whatever maybe. But this IS was something different. It is similar to advisors, but it's over and above. It's a one-point contact. Usually, service advisors we recruit across industry, recruit technical people. चाहे वो ITI हो, चाहे diploma हो, these people take it. But in the RM, we have recruited the people only based on the attitude. Simply attitude. There are many chefs. They work as a chef and they are into RM now. There are many people. They are into marketing and they are doing RM job. Very successfully because only we have calibrated is the only attitude how they are willing to help the customer when they are going to. I think there is an ad in the recent FM on the traffic safety case. वो तो यार वो दूसरे के लिए वो इतना जिब्रा क्रॉसिंग को ले गाड़ी खड़ा कर देता है वो कितना अच्छा होगा वो कितना दुनिया के बारे में कितना सोचता है. I think वो हमारे बारे में कितना अच्छा सोचता होगा. That is the kind of attitude basically we are looking at RM. And it's a huge success and the salary is also much more better than what the advisors are getting. It's a 2.5 times, 3 times standard. But that has created a buzz in the market and now many industries are following this. This was earlier in the banking sector, usually we call it as a personalized banking. Yeah, privileged banking we call it. But now in the automobile industry was very big. The other side because attitude is very important. I think if you start working on this, I think job searching is not an issue because jobs are there, but only thing is we have to match what is the requirement and where we are and what need to be done. With a small small exercise on the attitude, I think that is going to take you where you want to go. That is one thing. Second is how we need to improve that. What are the precautions we need to take in the first 2 years? Because I'm stressing it because I'm seeing every day we get a resume, we get a series from a very different management. We get a series from degree graduate, management trainees, and even for non-technical and technical. But when you interview them, really we get disappointed. Time pass ho gaya. Because if you look at the CV, looks very healthy and very strong. But when we interview them, the knowledge level and skills is very poor. So that's the reason. So you have to be very careful. The thing is, you have to understand the working, and you have to adapt to a new system easily. then I think it will help you to get into that company, any company, whether it is automobile, whether it is FMCG, anything. One more thing I would like to add is, in your earlier breakthrough, whenever you get a job, whenever you get a thing, you should have one mentor within yourself. So you should have one mentor. एक mentor होना चाहिए. एक गुरु बोलते हैं, गुरु बोलो या mentor बोलो. Mentor is a very sophisticated word. But अगर आप गुरु बोलते हैं, if you have one anybody, maybe within organization, outside, internal, but that is going to create a very big difference in your working and in your improvement skills. Because many times you do mistakes in the early stage. But like if you have somebody like a brother bolo ya guru bolo ya mentor, whatever you call, we call it as a mentor. We have that culture in Mahindra. We call them anybody who joins a new guy join a company. We give them a mentor and give them a buddy. Buddy is the similar level, who is just close. Maybe he may or may not be in the same level or same position. We call it the buddy. But to share these problems and share the day-to-day activities. And the mentor is something is senior than him, and he can guide him and he can prosecute him. It's a cross basically. If somebody is reporting me, I can't become a mentor for him. So mentor will be outside. Maybe mentor you can make on you can choose your mentor on your own also. So because it's not possible to do company to company, it may vary. But you should always have a mentor with yourself. Just maybe a senior, college senior, maybe a just near neighbor, wherever you feel. So that they keep on interacting with you the initial period. I think they can help you out. That's one thing. Second is about the industrial requirement. I just again emphasize one thing, because as I said, I'm not a good speaker, but only I'm telling you what are my experience. Usually we do good in the academics, but usually what I expect in the industry is they look at the customer point of view and consumer point of view. And why we are doing, whether we are into marketing, whether we are into direct servicing, we have to look from the consumer point of view. What the consumer is expecting from us. Okay, we all know, because we are all the customers at one or the other places. अभी हम घर जाएंगे, अभी धोबी से लेकर सब्जी वाला से लेकर everywhere we are a consumer. Similarly, I think even when we are into working for a company, when we are into a service, so we have to look from the consumer point of view. So consumer क्या चाहता है हमारे से, consumer उसका expectations क्या है. तो कंज्यूमर का बिहेवियर को हम समझने लगेंगे, देन आपको कोई भी काम पे आपको ना समझ बहुत आसान रहेगा. एग्जांपल, छोटे से एग्जांपल मैं कोट करना चाहता हूँ. एग्जांपल हम लोग अभी सोचते हैं, जो भी हम लोग अभी अपने माइंड का एक एक्सपीरियंस देता हूँ. हम लोग वी आर इनटू कमर्शियल मतलब हमारे ऑटो सेक्टर में देयर इज अ सेक्शन कमर्शियल मतलब व्हीकल्स यूज फॉर द कमर्शियल पर्पस. कमर्शियल लाइक पिकअप होती है, द स्मॉल 3 व्हीलर्स आता है, मैक्सिमम होता है स्मॉल ट्रक जैसे का टाटा ए. So all this we call it as a commercial capital segment, where these are not for the luxury के लिए नहीं लेते. Purpose is only for the commercial को इस्तेमाल करने के लिए, बस उससे 4 पैसा कमाया, रोजी रोटी के लिए these vehicles are being used. But अगर if you see, अगर मैं यहाँ पे being into a car में बनाता हूँ, कार में experience है. If I think from looking from that angle, and we never able to get a success in the commercial. Because for commercial we have to get into the customer route. As a customer you have to move around. आपको जाना पड़ता है, समझना पड़ता है. Actually, even though you are at the senior level, whether at the genuine level, you have to get into the customer shoes. You have to understand the customer. अगर आप उस एंगल से सोचने लगेंगे तो इट्स वेरी इजी टू सेल एनी प्रोडक्ट. आप कोई भी चीज़ को कस्टमर को टच कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज उसके एंगल से आप सोचने लगते हैं. अगर मैं बोलता हूँ एग्जाम्पल, जब हमें एसी में बैठ के अगर बोलते हैं कि बाहर ऐसा होता है, very difficult. When you go out and when you go start moving in the field, I'll just give an example, because usually initially we are very hesitant to join any company. यार बाहर घूमना है, यार कैसे होगा, नहीं होगा, not possible. अच्छा लगता है, because but in that case actually you should not look for those things. आपको ये देखना है यार अभी ultimately मेरा career goal है. You should have a goal, a vision in your mind. मेरे को आगे कहाँ पहुँचना है. But वो मंजिल पहुँचने के लिए आपको you should have some 2-3 years. You have to do a bit survey. You have to understand the market. उसके बाद आप अपने इसको समझने के लिए आपका मंजिल को समझ में याद करेगा. तो यू हैव टू टच द रूट लेवल. कोई भी कंज्यूमर है, चाहे वो दूध मिल्क से बात करता हो, चाहे आपने या लग्जरी या BMW बेचते हो, देन यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द कस्टमर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो एज ए कस्टमर कंज्यूमर वी हैव टू थिंक फ्रॉम अवरसेल्फ, देन यू कैन पुट योर पोर्टफोलियो इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. कस्टमर को कनेक्ट करने में बहुत आसान हो जाएगा. I just forgot one more thing. Because if you look at the industry is growing, even though with GDP come over here, but youth जो है less than 30 years are the major contribution to the driving the country. Less than 30 years. So 30 साल से नीचे उम्र वाले हैं, I think they are driving the country and they are driving the business, not just country. Not with the politics की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, but entire industry is running because of the youth. Because they know their spending capabilities are increased. लाइफ को ऐसा और उनकी लाइफ पसंद करता है, किसी को भी अच्छा लगता है, किसी को मतलब अच्छा रहने के लिए लग्जरी लाइफ लीड करने के लिए अच्छा लगता है. And they even they not hesitate to even do anything because there are so many flexibilities आ गया, EMI facilities मिलता है and low rate interest of में लोन मिलती है, so people affordability has gone up. तो इसलिए ना आपको we have to think from the consumer point of view से थोड़ा सोच के अगर आप जो pursue the career आपको काफी हेल्प हो जाएगी. Any questions you wanted to ask me on this? Great.
Will be guaranteed in automobile sector?
Automobile industry is growing and it's not just the Mahindra, entire industry is growing. If you look at the foreign multinational companies are coming, I think now every automobile manufacturer in the world are trying to enter the automobile market, Indian market, especially Indian market, because Indian market is very economical and very competitive and we are very cost sensitive. Okay, so that is the reason the opportunity is very high. But only thing is the difference is coming is initially if I emphasize you have to spend some time in the beginning when you complete the course. If you are doing any case studies, if you are spending any vocational courses or something kind of that, if you do and go to a job placement, that is going to help you. Because when you go from the policy, I tell you one thing and important for yourself. Nobody has that much time in the current situation to train you for a year and 2 years and then they give you opportunity. Those things have gone now because everybody wants the immediate result. उसको इतना पास टाइम नहीं मिलता, आपको साल भर तक मैं ट्रेनिंग करूँ, आपको मैं सिखा दूँ, उसके बाद you start delivering the product. आज तक उतना टाइम नहीं होती है. Opportunities are ample, very huge. But only thing is the gap is where we are finding is the gap. There's a huge gap between the academic and the industry. हम चाहते हैं कल आ गया तो परसों ज्वाइन कर लो और उसके बाद you start delivering the 100%. वो नहीं होता है. Because every new person also it will take a time to settle into a न्यू कंपनी. उसको डिलीवरी करने में कम से कम 3 से 6 महीना लगता है. पहले उसको इवन दो इफ यू आर ट्रेन, इफ यू टेक अ फ्रेश ग्रेजुएट, nobody in a position to take them and train them for a year and then getting that. यही तो इसलिए तो प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. जॉब नहीं है, जॉब बहुत है इंडस्ट्री में. ह्यूज मार्केट इज देयर. हमको दिक्कत है because probably if you look at from your angle आपको लगता होगा जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज कम है, but we are struggling every day for the people. But only thing is we at a company have a different policy. We don't recruit the people at a local level. Our head office Kandivali, Mumbai is in Mumbai. Mumbai HR team usually do a campus interview. For them I think that Dr. Surjit has to take it up and for that thing that is one thing. But whereas if you talk about the job opportunities, every 6 months, 3 months, one or the other new company is coming and they are introducing their things. Especially the R&D hub is developing. I think the very emerging market is the designing. Research and development in India has become a major hub now.
Good evening, sir. My question is that sometimes it is that a person's CV is not prepared properly, okay, and he might be having the right attitude. So at that level, how do you judge him?
Years, I think once understand CV is only just a gateway to get into the workplace. Then again, because CV, if you mention that, and this is the first impression I get, when you go to a reception, when you meet somebody there, and then if your smile, your entry, and if you are very your entry at the reception itself, that is going to create an impression. अगर नहीं है बाद में आ जाओ. अगर if you start with a smile and if you start developing a relation, they also tell you so many things even at the reception level. Very practical बात कर रहा हूँ, बहुत बड़ा बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Because attitude is only you can express, you can share it only when you interact with them, when you have a personal interview. Because nowadays I think nobody is directly doing a face-to-face interview. First they have a telephonic, then they have a Skype and all those things. And then they call for a final interview at one-to-one. But even though in the Skype, usually Skype we use the internet, we use the laptops and whatever the tablets and mobiles and also. But anything is when you start, basically being a gesture. Very, I think good question. I'll just touch upon one more thing. You have to be gesture is very very important. When I go to a reception, when you go to a restaurant, when you go to any hospital, wherever you go, if somebody smiles you, you have to ask him, please, take your place. If you welcome you with a smile and just say hello sir, please sit down just for 2 minutes. Would like to take a tea, coffee or whatever. Something the small gestures make you so comfortable. And even though if you're going there to fire, if you're going there to complain, lodge a complaint also, still you will not mind that, because that is how this human psychology, human mind is made up like that. Only because you have to touch with the customer. Just